Pasal lagu bila dia main tak ni
Julang ons.
Cantik baju
Terima kasih.
Ada maksud?
Tak ada maksud. Tak ada maksud.
Ni mat bunga lah you.
Okay, sekali-sekala. What's wrong with bunga?
Mat bunga.
I love orchids.
Okay ke tu?
No lah, it's not lah, but I love orchids. Okay ke?
Ni
I also don't know what I'm
bukan ni bunga kertas.
Bunga cotton.
Singapore's national flower, okay.
Okay. But I really like orchid. Tapi I don't know, I seem to have, I can't believe I'm saying this. I still seem
Tadi
to have
tak ada
good
audio.
luck keeping orchids. Asyik mati.
So when I said the earlier part, semua tak masuk. Okay, so now everybody has seen producer Ali's face because at the start of this clip, dia live himself. You can scroll back. You scroll back to the first second and you can see it. To the 7 people watching, welcome back to the show. We'll be live at 9 PM as usual in 5 minutes. Tapi if you want to see producer Ali on your face, you can scroll back to the first second. There's one split second where he published himself on the webcam.
Bro, what you do is you play Shaggy's. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
That was AI. Definitely AI.
AI
It wasn't me.
Tengok Super Bowl? No.
Super Bowl tak. Busy preparing untuk ni. Cewa.
I also busy
Super
preparing,
Bowl.
but I watch.
Super.
Dah, I tengok Real Madrid dengan Man City.
Cewa.
Super Bowl lah.
Dah out ke? Man City?
Belum.
Ada one
First
more
leg baru.
Tapi boleh overturn ke?
Possible. Possible.
Followers
Followers who are very instant with their
Thank
feedback.
you.
So we must thank them for this.
Kita kena jemput dia orang pergi minum lah.
Actually we should start with
Steven John.
Yeah, we should. Our area ni kan?
Huh?
Our area kan?
Yeah, dia Liberty. Liberty. Kita jumpa dekat tu je lah.
Ampang Point lah.
Bukan.
Nanti?
Ampang Jaya tu. Punya Medan Selera tu.
Tak payah. ISKL, the campus. We should go there.
The campus tu boleh access Boleh masuk?
ISKL, they've rebranded the whole place.
The campus.
It's June. I mean, I was there for the Super Rimau.
Je ni?
That was before, but
Asyik
now
main bola kat
it's
sana?
Oh.
it's
Dah?
decent.
Dia ada cafe. Apa?
They've got grocery. Apparently, they've got like a grocery
Jarang
shop
is
like
more than
that,
me, bro.
and they've got other stuff
Oh.
like cafes. Yeah.
Tak pernah ni
Now it's only phase 1 open, I believe.
Yang I tahu kat situ Hamidiah.
Hamidiah is the other side lah.
Yalah, dia other side.
Opposite lah.
Ayam bawang.
Why Why is the
Media.
camera not
Ayam
working?
bawang bro. My idea of
Have you realised that?
vegetables.
So you
Have you realised
reduce
that
the
that place is only
resolution,
alive because of Hamidiah? Subway.
The whole tu.
1080p
I think
is
Starbucks
better
also
than
gone, right?
Petronas.
But
that
the problem
ni
is now the output
McDonald's is
is
still
at
there.
Hamidiah.
Hamidiah is strong.
Tapi in order for me
Hamidiah
to
everywhere
change back
strong
to
bro,
1080p, I have to stop the live.
Not
Ayam
cheap, you know.
bawang. I know, not cheap.
No.
But many people swear by it.
Swear by it.
Dia kata memang
Sedap bro.
sedap.
Memang.
I know of someone.
You should try dekat yang Derek Pavilion tu. Bistro dia.
When are
Okay.
you going to start
Sedap.
the
Oh.
Start the ni.
I know of a person who comes all the way from Puchong just to Ampang Jaya, Hamidia, just to eat. Dia kata Ampang Jaya one is the best.
Oh really?
And he's from Penang.
No, tapi aku pernah rasa yang dekat Damansara mana tu, yang tak jauh dari Curve tu.
Aha.
Area apa tu? Tak jauh dari Curve.
Kota.
Kota Damansara, yes. Sedap je tu.
Hello, shouldn't be the same ah?
No.
Dia tengok dapur.
Dia tengok dapur.
Ah.
Because it's not a centralized kitchen.
Okay.
Dia tengok dapur bro.
Yang
betul.
centralized
Really?
kitchen.
Macam dapur Kota Damansara tu kotor-kotor sikit. Itu lagi sedap.
Yang tu lagi sedap.
Wait.
You don't know Malaysia kita tak guna Michelin star. Kita guna rat.
Dia comot-comot sikit apa semua kan. Nampak daki-daki tu. Itu lagi sedap bro. Dia goreng telur kat situ bro.
We use rat system.
30
One rat,
seconds.
2 rat.
30 seconds. I'm gonna meet korang
Okay. This is Julang Live, 12th of February. Selamat datang semua. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening kepada pendengar setia kami. We're back. Joining us tonight, as always, are two titans of Malaysian sports journalism. First up, the man who finds the stories behind the stories to tell the stories, our very own Harish Dio.
Yay!
And bringing his unmatched passion, pendapat yang terperinci, and love for all things women sports, Pak Ngah Twitter himself, Rizal Hashim.
Retired. On Twitter dah retired.
Actually, I've been wanting to ask you, how come retired?
Because ada Tok Ngah nanti.
Dia nak retire as Pak Ngah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Malaysia has always been a land of strong women, from legendary figures like Tun Fatimah of Melaka to modern day icons like Datuk Nicole David, who dominated the world of squash for over a decade. These women didn't just break barriers, they shattered them, paving the way for future generations to dream bigger and aim higher. But here's the thing, their stories aren't just about sports or achievements, they're about resilience, determination, and the unshakable belief that strength knows no gender. So, tonight, we will be celebrating these trailblazing women, the athletes, the pioneers, the unsung heroes who have made Malaysia proud on and off the field. Whether it's Datuk Nicole David's record-breaking career, Pandalela Rinong's Olympic medal, or Farah Ann Abdul Hadi's grace under pressure, these women remind us that anything is possible with hard work and heart. So jom, let's dive into their stories and celebrate the legacy of Malaysia's strong women. And to our listeners, don't forget to share your thoughts in the chat. Who is a Malaysian woman who inspires you? Let us know. Before we get into the episode, couple of news items to highlight. Siva Sanggari is back in the winner's circle, ending her 10-month wait for a title in style by clinching the Cincinnati Gaynor Cup on Sunday. She defeated world number 17 Amanda Sobi of the USA in a 48-minute final. So starting off our episode with Julanging,
Yeah.
one of the
Julanging,
dia pakai.
Julanging.
Dia punya intro dah perfect dah. In perfect English. Sekali dia pakai Julanging
Yeah, man, let's hope Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka actually you incorporate that word Julanging. Okay, anyway. Yeah, but
Siva
well
Sanggari.
done to Siva Sanggari. What a great way untuk mulakan tahun 2025. Ya, tahun baru. Sebelum tu pun dalam semifinal dia kalahkan Olivia Weaver.
Tadi moderator kita cakap about resilience. Dia kan survive
Itulah.
Accident.
She would make a damn good Netflix
accident.
Netflix
betul.
movies, you see.
You
Inspiring.
buat
Tapi now
proposal.
it's too early. You wait for her to win more.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe LA 2028.
Yep.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
InsyaAllah.
You buat proposal lah nanti, hantar ke Netflix.
No, but jokes aside, memang inspirational.
Amazing story.
And yeah, amazing
Betul.
story. Amazing comeback as well. So well done, Siva Sanggari.
Speaking of resilience, in cycling, Nur Hasmat Abdul Aziz of Malaysia claimed gold medal in the master category. That's the 50 to 54-year-old category. In the Asian Road Cycling Championships in Pichit.
Yep, in Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah.
Thailand, yeah.
On Saturday. Being a world beater in cycling is actually just his side hustle. His
What's the
actual
main-
job is
main
Ketua
name?
Penolong Pengarah Kanan Bahagian Pengurusan Jabatan Perlindungan dan Data Peribadi Malaysia.
Yes, dia merupakan staff JPDP. Okay, dan ini bukan kali pertama. So
Dia
apabila
jaga-
Rizal pegang bahu, picit bahu dia, Dr. Nur Hasmat, okay, telah berkecimpung dalam dunia basikal dah lama dah. Okay, 2022 beliau dengan 7 lagi penjawat awam melakukan 24 hour kayuhan dalam pasukan tanpa henti 24 jam di sekitar SIC dan masuk menempa nama mereka di dalam Malaysian Book World of Record.
SSC Sepang lah.
Di SSC Sepang lah.
Sikit,
Yang tu 2022. 2023 dia menang gold medal di Asian the same
Road cycling
championship.
Oh.
Dan Dr. Nur Hasmat ni ketika beliau melakukan aksi
Loop tu.
berkumpulan tu di 2022 tu, beliau masa tu dengan KBS, Kementerian Belia dan Sukan.
Okey. Sebagai apa masa tu?
Good question. I think he was one of the I don't have his proper title at that time.
Tapi sekarang ni apa? Jaga data
Data Perlindungan
Yes,
Data
Jabatan Perlindungan Data Peribadi di bawah Kementerian Digital.
See, who says you can't have a career and do sports at the same time?
Dia kategori master
Master 50 dengan 54
Soon you'll be
tahun.
joining that group lah ni.
I
No,
thought actually
I think there's a
Anyway,
master
never
category
mind.
already for below 50.
yeah, I
I think
think
I
so.
saw it just now.
Tahniah Dr. Nur Hasmat.
But tahniah kepada Dr.
Well
Nur Hasmat.
done.
Yep. Another guy we can
Yep.
Julang this episode.
Correct.
Di Julang, betul.
Yep.
Alright.
Tapi sebelum kita masuk ke
Main topik.
main topik, izinkan kami daripada pihak
ya.
Julang ingin mengucapkan takziah kepada Zakwan Adha dan keluarga beliau yang telah pun kehilangan
Anak
bungsu mereka yang berumur 6 bulan, Muhammad Aish Al-Rais. No words can comfort the family. Apa yang saya boleh katakan ialah rest in peace little one. And I know that as a father, you wouldn't want to be in that position.
You want to wish this on
Yeah.
anyone.
And I'll go back and hold my boy a little, hug him a little tighter today. But anyway, takziah daripada kru
daripada
Julang.
Julang ya. Dan semoga insya-Allah Allah akan menggantikan dengan yang lebih baiklah. Setinggi-tinggi ucapan takziah kepada Zakwan Adha dan juga Ayu Raudah seisi keluarga.
Yep.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Alright. Right. Let's get started
Yep.
on our main topic of the day by beginning with the legends, the women who put Malaysia on the global sports map. First up, Datuk Nicole David, 8-time world champion, 108 consecutive months as world number 1. She's not just a squash legend, she's a global icon. Then there's Shalin Zulkifli, Malaysia's most successful female bowler with multiple world titles to her name. In 2004, she was the first Malaysian inducted into the Bowling Hall of Fame. Any idea how old she was when she started bowling?
14. No, I think earlier.
Earlier than 14.
Earlier than 14. Because masa 14 tu saya cover dia menang Selangor Masters ke apa. Backpage Berita Harian masa tu. So at such a young age dia dah conquer the scene kan. Masa tu memang satu kejutan besar. Dan berjaya juga masa tu seimbang jugalah dengan Bapa Datuk Shalin, Cik Zul dan juga Puan Rohani yang masa tu kerja di TV3 dan alhamdulillah sampai sekarang pun dia masih lagi menyumbang bakti sebagai Athletes Commission punya chairperson dan juga dalam Miss di MSN.
MSN, yep.
Iaitu Malaysian Athletes Career dan Education punya unit lah.
Itu unit yang sangat-sangat penting yang mungkin ramai yang tidak memperkatakan, tapi unit di mana ianya memastikan bahawa atlet tu mempunyai kerjaya selepas bersara.
So kalau zaman generasi sekarang macam moderator dan producer kita mungkin mengikuti Natasha Roslan sebagai juara dunia. Dulu-dulu Datuk Shalin Zulkifli lah yang menjadi flavor of the month.
We have some listeners who said that they can't hear Rizal very clearly.
Oh, okay.
Mic jauh.
Mic jauh?
Yeah. So
sorry.
okay,
Okay tak? Nak cover janggut sikit.
Shalin Zulkifli started bowling at the age of 9.
At the age of 9? Maknanya 87 masa tu kot.
9. Same with Nicole, she started very very young as well.
Ya, betul.
And
Semua
in
ni
fact,
memang kena start awal.
Kelik kita, Great Nunis, yang ikut perjalanan Nicole daripada dia
Dia kecil lah.
Dia kecil.
Masa tu di mana? Dia kalau kecil dekat Penang ke atau dekat PJ, MBPJ tu?
I remember,
MBPJ.
I think she was a product of Mary Ong, remember?
Mary Ong, ya. Betul.
I think Major Maniam.
Major MS Maniam,
So
kita nak sebut 3 ni aja ke atau
No,
macam mana?
There's more. I mean, who can forget was, speaking of youth, Pandalela Rinong,
Datuk Pandalela Rinong
the
juga.
first Malaysian woman to win an Olympic medal in diving.
Yep.
A true trailblazer. Any of you remember what event she won her medal?
10 meter platform.
Ooh.
Pasal masa tu kemudian bila dia balik dari London, saya di studio masa tu dengan Akbar Sari KP Sukan. Tapi kejap, masa tu Raya punya edition, was it Akbar Sari or Ahmad Syarazad Sani yang jadi host? So masa tu kita dah interview Datuk Pandalela Rinong, menceritakan pengalaman dia masa berasal dari Bau, dan parents dia pun ikut. Ada sama di studio tapi tak masuk show lah. Jadi kita masa tu betul-betul meraihkan kemenangan walaupun dia bronze, still satu kejayaan yang besar.
Sebab lawan siapa?
Macam mana?
Sebab lawan siapa? Lawan China.
China, betul.
So goal tu memang
correct.
Kerana kejayaan dia climbing the podium tu adalah satu culmination kepada satu strategic decision yang membabitkan ASUM masa tu, Persatuan Renang, kemudian Majlis Sukan Negara dan beberapa pihak sektor swasta yang memikirkan macam mana nak hire jurulatih dari China untuk start dihantar ke pusat-pusat latihan di negeri dan terutama di Sarawak. Jadi akhirnya Datuk Pandalela Rinong menjadi sumber medal pertama, menunjukkan bahawa kalau kita kerana diving ni adalah sukan yang tidak memerlukan kekuatan fizikal. Cuma dia fighting on her own lah, diri dia kan, dan juga teknik, dan juga degree of difficulty dan agility. Gimnastik punya ability. Jadi bila itu adalah start satunya legacy dalam dunia acara terjun.
Tapi yang penting tentang kejayaan Pandalela ialah ia membuka mata orang ramai tentang pelbagai benda. Yang pertama sekali tentang adanya sebuah pekan yang bernama Bau di Sarawak.
Dia sebut bau ke bau?
Bau. Okey.
Kalau bau badan.
Actually like I said, yang tu yang pertama. Lepas tu yang kedua is the fact that sukan terjun itself. Dan ianya membuka ruang kepada lebih ramai lagi. Sebab tu kita nampak Nur Dabita dan sebagainya. Tapi agak malang, I don't want to sound negative on the show yang kita nak julang, tapi agak malang kerana it kind of like stop there kerana Sukma yang sebelum ni ada isu di mana kita tak cukup talent, tak cukup bakat untuk untuk beraksi dalam acara terjun.
Maknanya kena ada pembugaran atau penyegaran semula lah terhadap beberapa program. Dan
kerana ia terbukti kita mampu berjaya di peringkat antarabangsa.
Just nak sebut sebelum Pandalela, antara yang betul-betul trailblazer adalah Farah Begum Abdullah.
Yes.
Bersama dengan kalau yang lelaki Yo Kenny. Dan juga Brian Nixon Lomas yang mewakili negara di Sukan Olimpik 2004 di Athens.
Anyway,
Sticking to aquatics, another person who dominated at least at SEA Games level, Nurul Huda, 22 goals over the course of the 80s, and of course countless national records as well.
Yep.
Jangan lupa juga masuk Sukan Asia menang medal.
Yes, of course.
Nurul Huda Abdullah.
Of course.
Sekarang ni dah masuk sebagai pentadbir di Malaysia Swimming.
Took quite a long break daripada swimming to kembali ke dalam dunia sukan lah. But anyway, she's back. Yep.
So Harish and Riza, what do you think makes these women such powerful role models? All the ones that we mentioned.
Having spoken to some of them, having done homework on some of them as well, and in my course of
having googled them.
No. In my course of going through the old, my catatan
Clippings
lama,
and,
clipping dan sebagainya, you'll be surprised. There is a common theme tau.
Iaitu?
They all mempunyai support system yang juga daripada wanita. Sama ada jurulatih ataupun cikgu
Betul.
dan sebagainya. So it shows that the support system tu sangat penting. Terutamanya kalau di kalangan kaum wanita themselves. I think selepas ini kita akan bercakap tentang personality yang lain kan. So I would delve into them.
Kalau kita tadi 3 nama ni, macam Datuk Nicole dia ada Desmond David, the father. Kemudian the mother.
Tapi coach dia
Datuk Shalin, coach lah ni. Datuk Shalin pun parental punya support.
Correct.
Pandai Renum pun of course parental punya support. Itu sebenarnya yang paling penting. Bila ada culture dalam family untuk encourage you to excel yang ni. Betul. Dan juga access kepada facilities, access to education, access to training, itu penting sebenarnya. Sebab itu saya rasa kita memang tidak ada isu bila trailblazer ni tidak ada isu gender bias atau prejudices apa semua. Sebab itu kita memang satu negara yang sebenarnya menggalakkan penyertaan wanita dalam sukan.
Tapi kita perlu galakkan dengan lebih lagi kerana maaflah tapi saya terpaksa cakap benda ni, let's not be hypocrites about this. Ada setengah sukan yang memang kaum wanita tidak digalakkan untuk bersukan kerana faktor-faktor tertentu. So that has to stop lah. Kita kena we have to find a common ground. Jika pakaian menjadi isu, then let's find proper attire. Kerana saya merasakan bahawa there are proper attires. There are full attires yang boleh menutup aurat. But do not deny these girls peluang untuk beraksi. Because we'll be losing talents. Dan saya dah kata berkali-kali, kemungkinan besar pasukan-pasukan wanita atau atlet-atlet wanita kita mampu lebih jauh daripada the guys. Kita ambil contoh badminton sebagai stick on this. Perhaps that's a conversation for another day lah.
We can. To our listeners, who's your favorite female athlete of all time? Let us know in the chat. Maybe we can dive into their details a little bit. The whole idea of this episode, when we came up with it, actually was to highlight the fact that women in Malaysia have always been part of Malaysia's story. One such woman who has been a part of Malaysia's story, especially in athletics, is Datuk Marina Chin. Let's see what she had to say about her experience as a poster girl and as an administrator, that role that she's actually holding to this day.
How did I deal with the spotlight as an athlete and poster girl? It never, I don't think of myself as being in the spotlight. Of course, it comes out in the papers and things like that. But I used to be shy, and when I was younger, I didn't know how to deal with it. So if I was someplace public and somebody approached me and asked me, "Are you Marina Chin?" I would lie with a straight face and says, "Yeah, I know I look a lot like her, but I'm not her," so that I wouldn't have to deal with further questions. But as I grew older, I realized I had a role as a role model for younger women and girls and things like that. And as such, even now in my role as chairman of ISN and things like that, I'm always trying to encourage the younger generation to take over our places in terms of coaching, in terms of sports administration, in terms of sports education and things like that, because I keep telling them, my generation, we're all getting older. There needs to be a replacement. And I hope that the baton can pass smoothly so that when we phase out the younger generation, people like Rosalinda Samsu and Nicole and people like that are ready and able to take over where we have left off.
Datuk Marina Chin there. 7 goals over the course of 10 years? Berapa kali dia represent Malaysia kat SEA Games?
Her first one was 71.
Yeah, and the last one in 79.
71 kat Kuala Lumpur. 79 dekat Jakarta.
7 goals. We won't talk about the silver.
Yep.
Malaysia strike queen. Domination of SEA Games over the course of the 70s. And who says athletes have limited career opportunities after retiring? Marina went on to become principal of Bukit Jalil Sports School thanks to her teaching qualifications.
I think apa yang menarik tentang Datuk Marina Chin ialah yang pertama sekali beliau menunjukkan bahawa akademik dengan kerjaya dalam sukan boleh it can be married together. Itu yang pertama. Kerana semasa berlari beliau juga part of the belajar sebagai seorang guru. I think she was with the Maktab Perguruan Seri Kota kalau tak silap saya. Dan what's interesting is the fact that beliau ni bukan, she was like macam Nicole dan Charlene sebelum ni, mereka start awal kan. She was spotted when she was 15, 16 berlari untuk Convent Sentul, dan tiba-tiba cikgu merasakan bahawa you can run and you're fast. Tapi the two people yang Datuk Marina Chin credited pada zaman sekolah dia ialah Miss Navam dengan Mrs. Rodriguez. Dan ini menunjukkan apa yang saya katakan tadi, sumber inspirasi. So Datuk Marina Chin mempunyai sumber inspirasi daripada dua cikgu sekolah tersebut.
Dan beliau juga sumber inspirasi kepada satu generasi peminat atletik.
Yes.
Saya ingat lagi kalau mereka yang dewasa dengan membaca kartun atau melihat kartun Lat. Lat memang suka betul highlight. Datuk Lat ni suka highlight Datuk Marina Chin dulu as a track pin-up girl. Betul. Memang lepas tu lukisan memang cukup cantik. Bila kita pun selain daripada baca all the reports kat muka belakang surat khabar, tengok pula Lat tu lukis. Kita memang cakap wow, memang Marina Chin nama yang besar. Kemudian masuk pula iklan Yamaha Pasola. Jadi memang tak. Lepas tu satu bila I began my career as a journalist, my boss masa tu Allahyarham Zian Johari, dia kata apa? You get me Marina Chin, interview dia untuk Jagoh masa tu insertion pull out tu. Then you get your promotion. Dapat. Tapi apa tahu? Tak dapat. Masa tu rupanya ada isu dengan deep mistrust dengan media lah. Masa tu. Tapi then gradually lepas bila lama-lama tu dia mula warm up to press balik. Pasal masa zaman-zaman tu hebat. Dan press punya coverage pun memang hebat. Tapi itu lah, kadang-kadang memang mungkin ada misquoted ke apa. Ada isu, jadi mungkin itu yang tertanam dalam minda Datuk Marina Chin. Apapun, terima kasih atas komen yang menarik. Dia kata kalau orang tegur dia boleh kata
saya bukan Marina Chin.
Rupa je. Speaking of people we recognize, Steven John is in the comment section. I have seen your comments, Steven. I will just bring it up in a minute when it becomes slightly more relevant. But before that, we have another soundbite from Datuk Charlene Zulkifli. What does she make of all of this?
Have I faced any sort of gender bias from my formative years? Not that I can remember, because all this while for bowling, the only, I would say, gender bias that's quite prominent is in terms of the prize money. But besides that, we play the same amount of games, we play the same weight for bowling balls and things like that. So, plus our ladies team has achieved more success than the men's team throughout the years.
I didn't know that.
More success.
I didn't know that they use the same weight.
For the
ball.
ball.
I always assume that the women will use a lighter.
Tak,
No,
sama.
Charlene
Semua keluar
is-
daripada ni sama je daripada sama shit kan.
I didn't know that. So it's one of those sports macam archery lah. It's really a level
Playing field. Tapi tahu tak yang winnings tu?
Yeah. That one,
ladies kurang.
that's as is usually the case lah. Something that we should all work towards fixing.
Sebab itu kalau ni WTA dia selalu complain. Tennis punya players kan. Dia punya group tu dia complain. I tak tahu. What about golf?
Sama.
Maknanya lelaki lebih lah.
But you remember what Nadal said about this?
Viewers.
When it comes to supermodels, the women get more than the men. Anyway, moving on.
Tak biasa nampak Rizal agree dengan
Hey, Nadal said it, not me. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, thank you Dato' Charlene for the feedback.
Yes,
thank you.
Much appreciated. I hope to catch up with her soon. Yeah.
The last soundbite we have is from another Dato', Dato' Nicole David. Let's see if she faced any gender bias during her formative years.
During my formative years, I was very fortunate that I had female role models to look up to. I started off with a female coach named Miss E. Pui Hoon from the very beginning when I started in Penang State, and that's where I all began. And I've always had her to look after me and my sisters, and also the state team. But when also in my professional career, I had Liz Irving, who took me through 16 years in my professional career, and to have these female role models to follow and to get that nurturing aspect, knowing that that's all I see. Is that women can do anything, and that they are powerful women leading the way for me to follow. So that's why I'm truly grateful for more female coaches, and in hopes that we can encourage more female coaches to lead the path for our athletes in the future.
And let's see what advice does she have for upcoming athletes, both boys and girls.
I would like to say to all the aspiring athletes that want to follow my footsteps, I just say that you just work hard, and anything that comes your way, you have the talent, you have the skills, and you know what it takes to be the best you can be. So give yourself a chance and always work hard and try your best. And when you can see yourself with full potential, and when you can find a way to really push yourself further, to reach your greater heights, just go for it, because dreams do come true.
The comment from Steven John here: to have someone from Malaysia who is regarded as the GOAT in her sports, it's a huge honor, and super proud of her achievement. If only squash was an Olympic sport sooner, we could have had so many
I know.
gold medals.
Kita dah celebrate dah.
I think that was
The
the
elusive gold medal.
Memang.
correct. I think that must have been
Memang
Nicole's
sakit hati gila.
biggest regret, to be just born slightly earlier, not later. Sayang, really sayang, because she would have been clearly
She would have been on
our first gold medal winner.
So Steven's question to the panel, apparently we're a panel now. Now that squash
Who
is
makes a panel? Or three of us. Yeah.
now that squash is part of the Olympic program, would this be a game changer in the sport, where we will have more countries elevating their game?
Of course.
I mean, it's natural lah. Kan?
Without doubt.
China, dia orang akan invest banyak tu.
Oh, for sure.
That goes without saying,
squash,
because it's a gold medal. I mean, look, just to digress a little bit, when the IOC announced esports is going to be this one in 2027 in the Olympics. In Riyadh.
E-Olympics.
E-Olympics. I mean, what does that tell you? Everyone is going to go all out.
Betul.
Yeah. So it's the same with this as well. So yeah, you're going to see a whole lot more. I think it'll help the sport.
Yeah.
Cuma you ada pengalaman cover Datuk Nicole lah.
Ada. Masa tu di Berjaya Times Square. Remember the glass court? Dekat tengah-tengah tu. Dia, Azlan Iskandar, that whole gang lah. So yes, Asyik cover that particular tournament.
Saya direzekikan kesempatan cover Datuk Nicole di Sukan Commonwealth Manchester. Ada gambar, tapi lupa nak bagi kat producer. ataupun tidak diminta lagi lah. Tak nak highlight lagi sejak gambar Roger Federer tu kan. Lepas tu dekat Doha, Asian Games Doha, memang expected to win the gold lah. Jadi bila dia deliver squash, memang macam bowling juga, regular contributors untuk pungutan pingat kontingen negara di Sukan Asia, Sukan Commonwealth, apa-apa temasya sukan lah. Jadi betapa pentingnya. Tapi kita lihat juga macam mana Datuk Nicole kata, dia mengharapkan lagi ramai jurulatih wanita ni untuk muncul. Maknanya Datuk Nicole ni dia ada akademi, dia nak jadi coach atau motivator untuk give back to the society, to the sport especially, untuk melahirkan lagi ramai Datuk Nicole David. Macam Datuk Shalin, untuk lagi ramai Datuk Shalin. Marina Chin dia dah berjaya, dia pembuat dasar, sekarang ni sebagai pengerusi Institut Sukan Negara. Okay. Jadi lebih ramai ni kerana mereka lah lebih memahami bagaimana pasal female species ni dia lain sikit daripada lelaki. Lelaki ni simple. Dia ni complicated sikit. Betul tak?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Jokes aside, I beg to differ because at the end of the day, I'm just glad that kita dapat lihat lebih ramai lagi wanita beraksi dalam sukan, tak kira dalam which area, sama ada pentadbir maupun atlet maupun jurulatih, tak kira. Sport science dan sebagainya, tetapi kita perlukan lebih ramai lagi wanita kerana there is a lot of potential dalam atlet-atlet wanita kita dan juga mereka yang berkecimpung dalam ekosistem sukan. So yeah, I think pentadbir sukan pun ramai juga wanita yang telah made an impact. But anyway,
no, it's a good segue because now we're going to shine a light on the unsung heroes, the women who may not always make the headlines but are making a huge impact behind the scenes. So one example, although I don't think there's a very good example for an unsung hero, Farah N, a gymnast who faced cultural criticism but persevered to become a national icon. Or Siti Nurmaisara, the young silat athlete who won gold at the 2023 SEA Games. And let's not forget, of course, as you mentioned, the female coaches and administrators working tirelessly to grow women's sports. Fun fact, Farah N was the first Malaysian gymnast to represent Malaysia at the Olympics in Tokyo for over 20 years. But who was the last?
Aulian.
Yes.
Alexina Aulian, Sydney 2000.
Wow.
Moderator saja je.
Yeah, susah.
Dia perangkap kita
I need to find the more difficult questions.
Actually, I just want to highlight lah. Farah N tu sebenarnya she's actually an icon as well.
Oh yeah.
In her own right, Tapi the unsung heroes tu merupakan the backroom staff yang memang kerja keras untuk memastikan bahawa atlet-atlet kita bersiap sedia untuk segala kejohanan, especially those in ISN dan MSN juga. Dan juga ada pesatu-pesatu sukan lah. Dengan
Farah N ni sedikit pengalaman lah. Masa tu I was with the Arena Magazine, digital magazine. So kita pernah buat cover dia muka depan dengan dia stretching apa semua. Memang kita punya fotografer dan designer juga, Jason tu memang Jason Kang. Dia cantik, dia buat page 1 tu. Tapi kena cari balik untuk bagi producer. Because
you reminded me because dengan Farah N, our company at that particular time was commissioned untuk buat advertisement untuk salah satu produk. Dan antara tugasan ialah pergi ke rumah Farah N, jumpa mak dia, go through all her album daripada dia kecil sampai besar. So we went through that, found that, and that itself was, we spent about 2-3 hours dekat rumah beliau. Dan that itself was such an educational process. Melihat cara dia, the nostalgic photos memang selalu menggamit memory kan. Tapi apa yang lebih penting ialah you dapat lihat the girl she was and how she grew up to be. And the people yang di sebalik orang ramai, and her mother and father were always there for her all the way. So that's the beauty. I think it goes back to what you said earlier, Riza. Support daripada ibu bapa, yang tu yang pertama. Lepas tu support daripada kaum wanita yang lain.
Iklan ke apa masa tu?
Iklan untuk produk lah.
Oh,
I don't want to
okay.
mention product name lah, melainkan kalau produk tu sponsor Julang
Tapi
lah.
dapat bayaran tak? Dapat bayaran bagus.
Of course
Asyuk,
lah.
asyuk.
Masyuk tak tahulah masyuk ke tak. Tapi kalau produk tersebut nak sponsor Julang boleh juga.
Patut kita dapatkan Faraen masuk dalam show ni. Mana mungkin you rehat minggu ni, kita bawa dia interview.
Boleh, no.
No, jangan moderator yang silent kita. Sepak kita.
No.
Moderator yang tanya.
I would not. Of course not. Speaking of interviews, we do have one coming up.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll get into that.
Later.
Anyway, still on the topic of unsung heroes, here's one that maybe you will be aware of. Nur Phoenix Diana, the first hijab wearing wrestler,
Yes.
came into prominence when she beat 4 men to become Malaysia Pro Wrestling WrestleCon champion in 2019. She grew up playing WWE wrestling games on her brother's PSP and watching wrestling on TV. So, and she's inspired by Sasha Banks, which makes me feel very old. But she set her sights on, of course, getting into the WWE arena.
Dia PSP ke WWE Arena?
Sebelum ni, sebelum saya bermula, saya nak katakan sesuatu yang sangat-sangat kontroversial lah.
What?
Kepada peminat-peminat wrestling, yang WWE itu, wrestling, Olympic wrestling tu betul. Yang wrestling lagi satu tu tak betul. Tetapi
jangan mengundang, kau marah. Jangan mengundang.
Yang tu
I
confirm
don't
akan
want
kena.
the episode to kena kecam, okay?
Producer dah kata
Tapi Greco-Roman.
Tunggulah disclaimer. Tetapi hello, I grew up when Undertaker was around and all that. Okay, tu zaman mana tu? 90-an tak, 80-an Anyway,
Hogan in the same spot ke tak? John Cena tu same spot or different spot?
Same spot, tapi
you call it spot.
John Cena a bit later.
Okay, wait, let me have my disclaimer lah.
Okay, please.
Yeah, explain yourself.
Proceed, explain yourself. Yes.
But for her, dia memang has changed the perception, especially of a woman entering into a very male-centric, male-dominated punya event.
Sport.
Notice or not? Event.
Sport.
Okay,
Sport.
and we should not deny her of that. Yang tu bilang, and
Deny her
she
that
keeps
it's
going,
Julang.
and she keeps going
Celebrate,
on.
yeah.
So we should celebrate that.
Okay.
But I hope no one is going to DM me after this and go like,
Tapi kalau dapat DM pun normal lah, bro.
Apa dia?
Apa susah sangat? Layan atau tak layannya?
Anyway, yes, come moving on.
We do have one submission for maybe unsung hero. Maybe masa tu they were quite popular. Commonwealth 98. The Golden Girls for rhythmic gymnastics.
Oh, Sarina.
El Regina Tajudin,
Tengoklah
Sarina
semua-
Sundaraja.
Tengok semua nama
yeah.
ingat.
Uh-huh.
Why I tak ingat. I kecil
I
sangat masa
kalau
tu.
gymnas memang I ingat. Faizul Miskin 89. Semua rhythmic memang ingat lah. Farah N. Hadi memang ingat. Alexina Aulian memang ingat lah.
Yes, but the Golden Girls, but
Mary Lou Retton 84 pun ingat.
tapi mereka ni merupakan produk of a program yang berjaya, iaitu Jaya
Jaya 98.
The Jaya 98 program. Dan it didn't
Tell us more
stop
about
at that. It
Tell
didn't stop
us
at
more
that.
about the Jaya 98.
No,
program.
Riza will be in a better position to say to talk more about Jaya 98 because it was a
Yang itu kena ada episod khas.
No,
betul.
just a quick one.
Okay,
and then
Jaya 98 tu
yeah.
memang strategic program. Kerana masa itu kerajaan Persekutuan Malaysia Tun Dr. Mahathir kata arahkan MSN kena come up with a program supaya nanti kita dapat do justice as host of the Commonwealth Games. So maknanya MSN ketika itu di bawah Datuk Wira Mazlan Ahmad came up with Jaya 98 ni dilancarkan pada 93 untuk bagaimana memastikan boleh menang pingat selain daripada badminton dalam sukan Commonwealth. So sebab itu kita menang ada dalam acara menembak, atletik kalau menembak air rifle wanita Nurul Huda Baharin, kemudian dalam bowling, kemudian dalam atletik G Saravanan, kemudian apa lagi? Kita menang 10 gymnastics 10 gold medal. Yep. So Jaya 98 tu dia ada spillover effect lah sampai even sekarang lah I would say.
Yeah, I agree. What challenges do you think face these women, these unsung heroes, and how can we better support them?
I think the support system from the schools at the schools level. Kalau kita lihat sebagai contoh ya, kita bercakap banyak tentang bola sepak. Tapi berapa banyak sekolah di Malaysia mempunyai pasukan perempuan.
Susah.
Yang tu yang pertama. Okay. Yang kedua, because it's always kalau you pergi sekolah co-ed kan, especially in the primary school, dia laki akan main bola, perempuan akan main bola jaring. Dia it's very standard. Dia tak ada pasukan bola sepak wanita sebagai contoh atau perempuan.
Hoki.
Hoki ada.
Hoki ada pasal ada hoki wanita ya.
Hoki ada, tapi bola susah. Yang tu yang pertama. Okay, so
yang kedua?
Ke
yang pertama je. Dia sangkut yang pertama je.
Tak, yang pertama because tapi yang pertama yang paling penting dan ianya semuanya segalanya berlaku di sekolah. So kalau if we get our fundamentals di sekolah tu right, we get everything else right.
Okay, satu lagi macam apa yang Datuk
Ni
Syarif
kedua.
sebut tu.
Yang ni kedua. Dia
Satu
sambung.
lagi bukan kedua. Winnings. Maknanya kita kena encourage, maknanya kita kena be fair to them jugalah. Lepas tu macam atlet-atlet yang dah mendirikan rumah tangga, dapat anak, after giving birth tu, what kind of support kita boleh bagi dia orang? Kita kena pastikan dia orang masih lagi dilayan macam dia atlet elite lah. Takut kadang-kadang biasanya jadi alasan you dah ada anak, kadang-kadang dia tak fokus. You know, bagaimana kita nak memastikan mereka kekal fokus dalam kerjaya mereka. Not easy tau.
Betul, yang tu. Dan mereka mempunyai pilihan. Sama ada mereka nak continue ataupun tak nak. Kerana mungkin setengah orang ada nak that pilihan untuk tak nak continue. Priorities change. Betul tak?
Betul.
We respect that.
Respect.
Tapi kepada mereka yang nak bersambung,
nak lanjutkan
kerjaya mereka dan sebagainya. So, apakah infrastruktur? Bagaimanakah support system? Apa yang perlu kita buat? So benda-benda macam ni actually is no rocket science.
Betul.
Dia sama ada nak buat ke tak nak buat tu je.
Tapi in general kita kena raikan the fact that nama-nama yang kita sebut tu antara very small number sebenarnya. Ramai lagi atlet-atlet yang berjaya, nama-nama besar bertaraf legenda. Mereka boleh prosper dalam environment dan budaya negara kita. Itu yang best.
Dan yang ni bukan benda yang berlaku hari ni ke semalam.
Dah lama.
Dah
Betul.
lama. Sejak zaman Annie Chung. Mendiang Annie Chung. Sejak zaman
pelari
beliau.
pertama sprinter di peringkat Olimpik
mewakili Malaya masa tu.
Tanah Melayu.
What year was that?
1956 di Melbourne.
So yeah.
Cool.
Ya, yang memang kita berempat pun belum lahir lah.
Baru nak tanya.
Rizal, you sure or not? Just checking. Hashtag.
But as you were saying, Malaysia's strong women are not just limited to sports. From Tun Fatimah, pioneer in Malaysia's independence movement, to Tan Sri Dr. Jamilah Mahmud, a global leader in humanitarian work, Datuk Michelle Yeoh, an Oscar-winning actress who broke barriers in Hollywood, not just for Malaysian women but Asian women overall. These women have shown us that strength and resilience know no bounds. Any other strong women in Malaysia's history that we can julang?
Ramai. Tapi sebelum Rizal ada list beliau, dia buka list beliau, I just nak sentuh tentang Tan Sri Michelle Yeoh ya.
Sure.
Okay, moderator menyatakan tadi bahawa not just Malaysian tetapi Asian, betul tak? Okay, tapi saya nak tambah lagi satu lagi. Not just Malaysian, not just Asian, but also women who are well in their 50s.
Yep.
Okay, because in an industry di mana
50 is the new 40, you know.
No, that's basically what she said. That's basically what she said because it's not about because we always look at when it comes to men dia sampai 80 pun okay. Tapi kalau women there's certain age we be very judgmental about them, which is wrong. You know, they should be given the ample opportunity. Dia sama macam newscasters lah. Kalau you tengok dekat negara Mat Saleh, semua in their 40s, 50s are still reading news. Dekat sini kalau boleh nak just tukar.
Sini tak. Kita ada expiry date showbiz. Dalam showbiz ada expiry date.
So it's wrong, you know. It's
It's
about your
about
capability.
knowledge, ability, yes.
Dia sama dengan stewardess. Kalau you take the Russian or European flights, you'd see, you know,
berkedut-kedut.
I mean, Rizal, I'm being polite
berat
here.
Badan sikit, berat badan sikit.
Macam lah hal ni. But what I'm trying to say is
Producer
that
batuk. Moderator geleng kepala. Aduh.
Saya tak
Yelah,
kenal dia. Saya tak kenal dia. Bro, aku tak kenal dia, bro. But no, but jokes aside, I mean, what we are trying to say is that we shouldn't put an expiry date. That's the correct term.
Betul.
It shouldn't. They shouldn't be.
Especially in the case of Michelle Yeoh, where she's now more than ever more active in philanthropic
Correct.
activities.
Jangan lupa, beliau juga pakar seni mempertahankan diri.
Oh ya
So,
ke?
yeah.
I ingat dia James Bond girl je.
No. She's good. She's good. Martial
Jangan
artist.
lupa
But anyway,
IOC member.
yes, itu yang paling penting.
IOC
Bukan
untuk
ambassador
Malaysia.
kan?
Untuk member untuk Malaysia.
Oh, member
Tan
from
Sri
Malaysia,
Michelle,
but
yeah.
she's also an
Tan Sri Michelle,
IOC ambassador.
IOC
Correct?
ambassador, yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's what they call her in the Lululemon adverts that she does.
Okay, anyway, I think Rizal tak
Rizal
sabar nak.
can't
wait.
tak sabar.
I
Dia
ada
tak
dua
sabar.
nama je. I ada dua nama.
Tak
okay?
sabar.
Ibu Zain ni Zainul Sulaiman sebenarnya nama dia. Kerana apa? Sebagai pendidik, kemudian pelbagai jawatan sebagai guru di Johor identified my late auntie. Di Paik Sulong masa tu, masa umur 14 tahun untuk jadi guru. Minta permission daripada suaminya masa tu dah kahwin dah, untuk jadi guru. Okey, masa tu di Johor, di Paik Sulong. Jadi kemudian my late auntie ni arwahnya cikgu Rahmah, namakan anak sulung dia Zainul juga, dan dipanggil Zain juga.
Okay.
Dan kebetulan suami dia pun nama Sulaiman. Cikgu Sulaiman, Zainul Sulaiman. Sama nama.
Okay.
Jadi itu satu ni lah pasal jasa Ibu Zain untuk bagi akses kepada education kepada ramai wanita zaman itu. Bukan senang 30s, 40s, zaman perang. Zaman perang dengan Jepun apa semua. Okey. Kemudian nombor 2, okey, saya ada bawa buku ni, Rapid Fire Rafidah ni. Ni tokoh yang memang tak ni lah, memang sampai sekarang masih lagi kontroversial. Tak takut untuk bagi dia punya pandangan. Okey.
Iron Lady.
Bila baca buku ni, kita biasalah, kita tahu dia background dia sikit. Tapi rupanya pernah jadi presiden bola sepak wanita Selangor.
I never knew that.
Lepas tu
never knew that.
menarik kalau kita baca dalam muka surat dalam buku Rapid Fire Rafidah ni, muka surat 251, I was also inducted into the football field, pun intended when I was invited to be the president of the Women's Football Association of Selangor. So the only reason I was invited during my tenure as Deputy Minister of Finance in the mid-70s was to help raise funds. Normal lah tu. So antaranya kau kan.
Some things don't change.
Okay. Fee for using the Tamilians Physical Cultural Association TPCA premises in Jalan Raja Muda, Princess Road in Kuala Lumpur.
Yep.
A small honorarium for the referees and support staff. Uniform for the players, jerseys lah, mounting of competitions, and of course various incidentals and compliments. So bila baca
Tahun berapa tu,
70s sampai 80s pun ada, masih lagi pegang jawatan. Jadi maknanya Tan Sri Rafidah ni ada sumbang dalam sukan rupanya. Dan kita ingat sebagai dia pun the first lecturer, lady lecturer UM, dan first to have master's degree the UM dalam economics, dan jadi lecturer kepada among others Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, PMX Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Rahim Tamici, dan including my late father di UM. Yes.
Interesting.
Jadi lecturer. So sampai sekarang, that's why bila apa saja yang dia cakap, you agree atau tak agree, hebat. Rapid fire. Dish. Dan rapid fire tu rupanya banyak Tun Mahathir yang guna dalam buku ni. So interesting. You ni I boleh pinjam, tapi
Thank
bayar
you.
lah.
I will.
Tapi bayar.
Macam library
Yang ambil semua free, yang bagi semua kena bayar.
ambil.
Tak apa.
Beli.
Bro, I bayar you dengan belanja you chapati, okay?
No, I nak
Homemade.
float.
Root beer juga. Root beer. Okay, anyway.
And to our listeners, who's a Malaysian woman outside of sports who inspires you? Share your story with us. Harish, how do you think these women's achievements reflect the same determination we see in sports?
I think resilience and a support system, because kalau kita lihat daripada nama-nama yang yang kita apa ni kata,
I think you should add one more name to this women outside sports, Madam Amy Bala.
Oh yes,
Malaysia's
yes. I mean,
social welfare champion.
yeah, the reason why before the show kan, we were all discussing and we said come up with the list, and the reason why is because we at 2213 had been writing quite a bit pasal the social workers bill, and that bill sepatutnya sepatutnya menjadi kenyataan 14 tahun yang lalu, tapi sehingga hari ini masih menjadi tanda tanya lah sama ada ianya akan dibentangkan di parlimen dan diperdebatkan dan menjadi akta atau tidak. Kononnya kita dengar tahun ni lah, harap-harap lah. Tetapi salah satu wanita yang telah menjadi champion kepada social workers di negara kita merupakan Puan Amy Bala, dan beliau sekarang ni kalau tak silap saya she's 75 this year. Dan beliau telah membuat kerja ni
over 40 years,
close to 50, dah nak masuk 50 tahun dah, menjadi just championing the rights of social worker. Dan beliau telah bekerja dengan UNICEF, Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat, dan because we are dealing with macam abandoned babies,
abused children, juvenile rehab,
that whole thing, so
an absolute angel in human form.
yeah. And the thing is that in our dealings dengan Puan Amy Bala, she's been always that despite her reputation dengan those in the circle kenal lah siapa dia, she's like the wow person kan. Despite her reputation, she's just super duper humble, and she's the same Amy Bala that we all remember covering her macam 20 tahun yang lalu. Nothing has changed.
She remains grounded.
Extremely.
So satu contoh real unsung hero yang jarang-jarang diberi tribute, recognition, gelaran ke apa. Ini sebenarnya mereka yang sentiasa bekerja demi kemaslahatan masyarakat kita. Betul. Dalam bagi golongan-golongan rentan lah, golongan-golongan yang memerlukan. Bukan senang.
Tak senang langsung.
Tak senang.
And I'm sure there are ramai lagi dekat luar sana.
Ramai lagi yang kita pun
lagi
tak tersebut, dan mungkin kita sendiri pun tak kenal. Yang mereka yang tidak didendang ni, kita mengharapkan mereka terus diberi kekuatan untuk menyumbang kepada pembangunan masyarakat.
Oi, kita betul-betul julang hari ni ya.
Oh yes, of course. That's the whole
Tak,
point
kalau
of the
tak
show.
julang kena kutuk, tu je.
So memandangkan kita julang, saya nak julang
Steven.
Steven's back.
Oh, Steven's
back.
Okay,
Steven.
Steven
Kena
important.
bagi dia recognition pada unsung hero ni.
Steven wants to know when it comes to team sports, what examples we have. We'd like to hear more about the achievement of women's national teams. I'm hitting a blank over here.
Then the hockey team, the
hockey
girls team,
82 that New Delhi.
no, the
yang,
recently.
Oh ya, yang
women's
masuk
team?
yang masuk yang layak ke ni.
Oh yeah.
I think they deserve this one. And then when I was actively covering badminton, I think Wong Pei Ti and Chin Yi Hui,
Yeah, that's a team.
they were like super duper this one. Our archers.
Oh yeah. I was just about
Tapi,
that.
and then lepas tu
Tapi,
basketball sebagai contoh bola keranjang kalau kita ikut bola keranjang lelaki dan wanita, the girls team are actually very strong.
Betul.
Dan mereka telah I
Bawah
remember
Tan Siwah.
Yang ni I remember very clearly. Masa tu 2001 punya Sukan C. Abang Riza were the otais lah in the apa orang kata?
Tahun berapa ni?
2001. Cuma otai-otai. Diorang semua actually bully tau. Diorang bagi I spot dia tahu takkan dapat gold medal. Volleyball, diorang hantar I basketball, semua sport-sport yang kurang sikit lah. Kononnya.
You nak explain yourself tak?
No.
Tak,
Don't explain yourself.
Susah nak cover bola apa semua tu, bro. Dia perlukan kepakaran dan knowledge. Jadi macam sukan-sukan yang mudah cover ni, kita hantarlah stringer macam Harish.
Okay, anyway, apabila pasukan badminton bola keranjang tersebut menang pingat emas, masa tu tak ada handphone.
Tak ada.
Kena lari dekat keluar mabah, dial dekat office. I remember Datuk Dr. Johnson, sekarang Datuk Dr. Johnson Fernandez lah, dulu Johnson Fernandez. Sir, basketball we won gold medal. Menang.
Tan Siwah kan coach? Tan Siwah coach.
This is the one they made a movie.
Tan Siwah was the coach.
This is the one they made a movie.
No, movie padu tu based on 2015 Manila punya
the
results.
2015.
2015.
But anyway, long story short, I mean basketball also is the women's team. Memang quite strong. Sehingga kini sehingga kini quite strong.
Speaking of kini, let's talk about the future. What's next for women in sports in Malaysia, and how can we continue?
Sebelum tu I nak
ada
nak
lagi?
kata seorang tu, bukan nak kata julang Takut Julang nanti kontroversi pula. Tapi I think I need to mention her name. Kena ada special mention.
Okay. You didn't tell us about this, by the way.
No. I think special mention, dan I nak tengok wajah Rizal Hashim. Datuk Seri Azalina Uthman Said.
Mukanya mesti sama.
Okay. You know why? Okay. Yang pertama sekali, beliau merupakan wanita pertama untuk menjawat jawatan Menteri Belia dan Sukan. Okay. Nombor dua, kenapa saya mention nama dia? Kerana she saw the real side of sports journalism. Macam mana dia kena hentam the Beacon-Berry Project, the sports magazine. I was there together with Rizal. Tengok. Tetapi apa pun.
Now muka Rizal tukar.
Now muka Rizal tukar. Yes. Hawari, Rizal. I was there watching. We had Nadiswaran as well.
Nadiswaran.
Okay.
Citizen Nadis.
No. Apa saya nak katakan di sini ialah the press treated her like anyone else, and she played ball. Tetapi
Took it in a stride.
Tetapi tak adalah macam nak, okay lah, adalah komplain sini sana, adalah phone call sini sana.
Banyak komplain. I kena.
sampai kita kena main bola keranjang. Di antara KBS dan Malaymail masa tu.
Tapi actually
untuk
dia banyak initiated changes.
Correct. Tapi apa yang saya katakan di sini ialah, walaupun dikutuk, dikritik, she still had engaged. Dia
betul.
tak macam zaman sekarang di mana you kutuk, you kritik, terus blank, terus hilang. So I think saya merasakan bahawa
muka Rizal tukar balik.
so ahli-ahli politik zaman sekarang patut belajarlah daripada mereka ini semua. And you know what, you've not seen journalism like how, I think, have a word with Azalina lah, then she'll tell you.
Tapi betul, antara beberapa polisi yang beliau perkenalkan memang dipertikaikan. Tak dipertikaikan, tapi dia start memang women in sports. Lepas tu dapat anugerah IOC yang diberikan kepada oleh Majlis Olimpik Malaysia.
Betul.
Kepada Datuk Seri Azalina Uthman Said.
So saya katakan tadi is just a special mention lah. Okay, moving on.
Non special mention apa pula?
Rizal Hashim.
Lady.
Alright, do we have any examples of women, up and coming women in sports in Malaysia? Girls that we can look up to, for example.
Siva Sanggari lah. Oh, you're talking about lower.
Siva Sanggari is
I think
It's
Siva
already
Sanggari
an established name.
No, but
I rasa belum lagi. I think she will get there, but I rasa belum lagi.
I would say Siva Sanggari.
Pearly and Tina?
I think they are already there. I think so. They are up and coming. I think they are already there.
Yeah.
They are already there.
Tapi they've only represented us in one Olympic. Surely they have one more.
That
Yes,
goes without
one
saying.
more.
That goes without saying. Tapi to say that they are up and coming, no lah. They are already there lah.
What about archery? Archery, we got some up and coming girls there. Nurul Azrina Muhammad Fazil,
Yep.
just 20 years old. She became the first. She was part of Malaysia's first women archery team to qualify for Olympics in Paris. Shakira
Masyaih dah 2 kali dah.
Dah 2
kali
kali.
kedua.
But that archery team is
Ariana Nurdamia memang
that
ada
archery
potensi.
team is someone to is one
Jangan
thing
lupa
to
track cycling juga.
track cycling. I was
Nurul
just
Izzah.
going to get there. Nurul Izzah Izzati.
I think the other one is that girl that I think she's 20 or 21. Yang she came in fourth in the Winter Asian what do you call games?
Arwin Salihuddin.
Yeah, I think she deserves mention. Kerana she came in fourth place.
Betul.
And I think she's young. She's got
Dalam acara alpine skiing.
Yep. So yeah, I
Can
think
you
she's
imagine alpine skiing?
Malaysia
Kalau moderator dia hanya imagine golf saja atau Super Bowl. Kan? Tapi yang ni alpine skiing bro.
I know it's that poses a different.
Tahu tak alpine skiing tu apa?
Oh gosh.
Mulalah.
Kita tak selesa. Mulalah tu moderator dah marah. Okay.
Moving on. I think we should have a moving on jingle. Moving on.
One other example of a strong up and coming women figure, Ahiruddin,
Oh yes.
who we've had the privilege of meeting last weekend for an upcoming interview. Why is it like you guys don't know what I'm gonna say like that?
No, I don't.
Tak tahu tak, moderator lah yang kena promote je.
Anyway, to our fellow listeners, do watch this space. We have a very exciting interview coming up. But let's listen to a sneak preview where we spoke to Ahirin about how she handles stereotyping on social media.
Look, how do we now inspire women to just take up a sport, bersenam, bersukan? Tak perlu like, there's always this stereotyping di mana kalau wanita tu buat sukan, dia macam, duduk rumah je lah, duduk desa. The stereotyping still exists, don't it?
Yeah.
So what would you like to tell them?
I think those are just noises, which, it depends on the individual. You want to give in to that, or you just want to silence it. Yeah. Because stereotypes, it's everywhere, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, I get a lot of comments. You should stay in the kitchen and all that. I do stay in the kitchen. What you talking about,
Untuk makan ke untuk masak?
Untuk makan.
Ini Yusuf. Kak, tengoklah soal.
That was a sneak preview of our interview with
Tak
Irene.
sneak preview tu macam I don't exist at all.
That one tanya producer. I tak suruh dia
Nasib
clip.
dia ada suara.
I tak suruh dia clip
Dan soalan yang relevan pula tu.
Betul lah.
Dekat dapur makan.
But that was fun.
You know what? We had fun on that recording that.
Yeah,
I must
yeah.
admit, we had fun
Recording tak aja. Masa buat ni tak fun.
Fun. Ouch. Okay.
Ouch.
Anyway,
Ouch.
moving on.
Moving on, please.
From grassroots programs like Selangor's Women's League to international tournaments hosted in Malaysia, there's so much potential for growth. Rizal, what role do you think media and sponsors play in supporting women's sports moving forward?
Yelah, sekarang ni bila bercakap pasal media, semua orang ada platform sendiri untuk provide their own narratives. Okay, so media biasa dia kena pick up. Dia pick up dan support lah. Cuma bila this present landscape ni, dia kena pandai promote your own activities. Kita tak boleh rely on the mainstream media untuk cover some of kita punya programs, for example. Jadi dan pada masa yang sama, because of that landscape, bila ada if they can entice penaja yang memahami falsafah dan projek mereka tu, surely they can collaborate untuk kepentingan bersama. Cuma media ni kadang-kadang you have to have that kind of media relations untuk pastikan mereka pun you have to get their buy-in lah. Itu saja. Tapi narrative tu must come from the organisers lah. Itu sebenarnya yang landscape hari ini yang lebih memudahkan sebenarnya.
That's true.
Tapi pada masa yang sama, saya ingin menyeru kepada peminat sukan supaya jangan hanya layan kalau podcast ke ataupun artikel ke ataupun video tu hanya berkisar tentang bola.
Your podcast punya effect.
No.
impact on Malaysian sport.
Jokes aside. I think let's be this one because kalau kita lihat, kalau you cakap pasal bola, confirm malatok, viral dan sebagainya.
Okay.
Tapi I remember having a conversation dengan moderator. This particular podcast, mereka ada Anik Kasdan.
We won't mention what podcast.
And this was it's nothing to do with the podcast. Nothing to do with the podcast. The fact that they got him 3 bulan selepas Olympic di mana beliau just 1 kg
dapat nombor 4
untuk dapat bronze medal, tapi tak dapat. Dan the number of views setakat 90 saja. So kalau kita nak berdasarkan tentang views dan likes, apa yang popular, macam ni sukan yang lain semua confirm akan merana. Because they will always say that we are second class. So dia macam there's a class system. We are second class, So at the end of the day, I think
bola and badminton.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we should forget about that when it comes to sports. Kita perlu julang, tak kira lah. Tapi, sukan dan sebagainya, dan tak kira lah ada hits ke likes ke dan sebagainya.
Yang pasti atlet yang from the female punya gender ni, species ni, mereka given equal opportunity.
Itu penting.
Untuk
that is very important.
Dan sebenarnya prominence juga dalam media coverage. Kan? So macam Datuk Salim back to apa yang dia kata, actually women's punya team yang lebih banyak successes as opposed to the male punya counterparts. Itu menarik. Maknanya kalau dia orang ada kejayaan, yang pasti media akan cover.
Well, on that note, as we wrap up tonight's episode, we will leave you with this. Malaysia's trailblazing women aren't just athletes or pioneers. They're symbols of what we can achieve when we dare to dream and refuse to back down. From Datuk Nicole David to Pandalela Rinong, from Farah and Abdul Hadi to the countless unsung heroes working behind the scenes, these women have shown us that strength, resilience, and determination know no gender. Their legacy isn't just in their medals or records, it's in the doors they've opened for future. It's in the young girls who now believe that they too can be world champions, CEOs, or even leaders in their own fields. And it's in all of us inspired to push boundaries and break stereotypes in our own lives. Jangan lupa untuk like, subscribe dan share episod ini dengan kawan-kawan korang yang gemar sukan. Tinggalkan juga komen atau feedback. Pendapat korang amat kami hargai dan membantu kami untuk terus berkembang serta menjangkau lebih ramai peminat sukan di Malaysia. Terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya kepada Haris Diol dan Riza Hashim kerana meluangkan masa. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih moderator.
Terima kasih kepada
memudahkan
mereka yang
tugas
menonton.
kita.
Yeah.
Jangan tanya soalan yang catch us by surprise next time.
Tapi boleh jawab.
I pun surprise juga.
Tonight will be fun. Kami semua peminat sukan kepada semua peminat sukan di luar sana, jumpa lagi di episod Julang minggu depan. Selamat malam dan terima kasih kerana bersama kami. Remember, when women win in sports, the world wins because we're building a fairer and stronger society.